You might think you've seen Chrisean Rock in her wildest moments. Think again. The internet has gotten used to her unpredictability, viral club fights, emotional interviews, last-minute music drops. But this one caught even her most die-hard fans off guard. It started as something completely ordinary. A trip to the dentist, a routine checkup, maybe a cleaning. Something millions of people do every day without a second thought. But for Chrissy, nothing stays routine for long. While most people sit in that chair quietly scrolling on their phones or zoning out to the sound of dental tools, Chrisean had a different plan. Mid-procedure, gauze in her mouth, dental bib still clipped to her neck, she whipped out her phone and hit go live on Kick. Within minutes, thousands of followers tuned in. At first it seemed funny, Chrisean trying to talk through numb cheeks and cotton rolls, throwing out half-intelligible sentences laced with curse words. Her signature blue hair was tied up in a messy ponytail, her eyes half-lidded from the numbing agents or just from being Chrisean. But then she really started going. Yo, why Kehlani acting like she ain't see me at the club last night? She slurred through gauze, eyes locked on the screen like she wasn't in the middle of getting her molars checked. The chat blew up instantly. Comments scrolled faster than anyone could read. What is happening right now? Chrisean got beef with Kehlani? Somebody take her phone away. PLS, the dentist, a middle-aged man who clearly had no idea what was happening, tried to keep working. His gloved hands gently moved her cheek aside as he looked into her mouth, but Chrisean wasn't about to stay still. Hold up, she said, pulling back from the tools for a second, causing the man to sigh and step back. Nah, I just need to clear something real quick. Y'all know I ain't fake. I seen Kehlani, right? And she tried to look past me like I wasn't there. Another wave of chat reactions exploded. Some fans laughed, some begged her to log off. But most stayed locked in, screens glued, because moments like this were what made Chrisean different. This wasn't scripted reality TV. It wasn't even a planned PR stunt. It was real, raw, and probably a little reckless. The dental staff, by now, looked somewhere between amused and concerned. A nurse leaned over, whispering something in the dentist's ear, probably asking if they should stop. But the man just shook his head and tried again to coax Chrisean back into place. She wasn't done yet. Still live. She pointed her phone at herself, blood and gauze visible in the corner of her mouth. Y'all ever had people act like they better than you now? Like just 'cause they more industry or whatever? Her voice wavered slightly, not from emotion, but from the numbing wearing off just enough to make her words clearer. And there it was. The line between chaos and vulnerability that kept people watching her. It wasn't just about calling out Kehlani. It was about everything Chrisean carried. The fame, the backlash, the constant feeling that even when she was winning, there were people waiting to see her lose. And she wasn't going to let that slide, not even while getting her teeth cleaned. As the live stream rolled on past the 15-minute mark, she finally leaned back again, letting the dentist finish. Her phone stayed propped on her chest, camera angled up so viewers could see the fluorescent lights above her. That didn't stop the comments. Chrisean is the realest out here. Only she could make the dentist office go viral, lol. Y'all better not cancel her for this. She ain't doing nothing but speaking facts. By the time the appointment wrapped up, her face was a little swollen, her voice hoarse from both the gauze and the nonstop commentary, but she wasn't done live streaming. Walking out into the waiting room. Still live. She waved at the receptionist like nothing had happened. We good, right? She asked with a grin. The receptionist just nodded, eyes wide, as Chrisean headed for the door. Later that night, clips from the live stream dominated TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Fans chopped up the most chaotic moments, her calling out Kehlani, the dentist's confused face, the bloodstained gauze, for reaction videos and memes. But what stood out most wasn't just the wildness of it. It was that, once again, Chrissy had managed to take an everyday moment and make it into something only she could. Love her or hate her. There's no denying, Chrisean Rock doesn't just live in the spotlight. She builds it wherever she goes, even from a dentist's chair. Midstream, the energy flips again. Between poking fun at the office music and clowning on how weird the mouth rinse tastes, Chrisean leans into the camera with a grin. Let me tell y'all something about that club night, she teases. Instantly, viewers know where this is going. Back to the Kehlani drama that's been brewing for months. It all started months ago, when Chrisean Rock and Kehlani's names began trending together after a tense club encounter. Word spread quickly through social media that Kehlani had thrown subtle shade, calling Chrisean messy under her breath during a backstage exchange. There was no video, just whispers and blurry phone footage of them passing each other without speaking, but that was all it took for the internet to light up. Chrisean wasn't one to let anything slide. Within hours, she jumped on Instagram Live, calling Kehlani out by name. "Fake woke," she'd said, voice low but unmistakably direct. "Y'all love her 'cause she quiet, but quiet don't mean real." Fans immediately split into camps, hashtags flying, hashtag Team Chris, EAN, and hashtag Team Kel, ANI. For days, people remixed video clips, speculated in Twitter threads, and dropped reaction TikToks. Then, as these things tend to go, the noise settled. Everyone moved on until now. Suddenly, Chrisean's dentist livestream pulled all that energy right back to the surface. At first, it seemed like another one of her unpredictable stunts, but as the video went on, the familiar tension returned. With gauze stuffed in her mouth and the dental bib still on, Chrisean wasn't just talking about her teeth. She was bouncing between fan questions, old stories, and, inevitably, Kehlani. One fan asked in the chat, "Are you scared of Kehlani?" Chrisean caught that question mid-scroll, eyes lighting up. She shook her head, laughing with that half-smile, half-sneer she does when she's about to say something bold. "Scared of Kehlani," she said, voice thick with gauze, but still sharp. "Please, she's the one that should be scared of me." The chat exploded instantly, fire emojis, shocked faces, people tagging their friends. At that moment, the entire dental office felt like it shifted. You could see the staff exchanging glances, unsure whether to keep working or just let her finish whatever she was in the middle of. The dentist paused, tools in hand, as if he'd just realized this wasn't an ordinary patient situation anymore. But Chrisean wasn't fazed. She kept going, casually roasting the dental team while brushing off more fan questions. "Why y'all so quiet?" she joked, side-eyeing the hygienist. "Y'all act like you ain't never seen a real one before." The thing about Chrisean is that her energy never feels rehearsed. That's part of what keeps people watching, or whether it's messy or motivational. There's no filter. One moment she's talking about her new music, the next she's reflecting on her journey from foster care to fame. But whenever Kehlani's name came up, it was like flipping a switch. "Look, I don't got no hate in my heart," she said, finally leaning back to let the dentist do his job again. "But don't play with me like I'm some joke. I'm not industry friendly. I don't need no PR team to tell me what to say. Kehlani move like she above all this. Cool, but I'm right here, front line, every time." By the time the livestream ended, clips were already circulating. People were cutting together side-by-sides of Chrisean's dentist moment with old footage from the club encounter. Kehlani hadn't said a word yet, no subtweets, no Instagram posts. But fans knew it was only a matter of time before there'd be some kind of response. For Chrisean though, the message was already sent. Sitting there, in a dentist's chair, mid-procedure, swollen-faced but completely in control, she'd managed once again to turn a small, personal moment into a full-blown cultural event. Chrisean just laughed, one of those slow, knowing laughs that lets everyone watching know she was fully aware of how wild this was. She shook her head slightly, side-eyeing the camera while still leaned back. "Nah, sis," she said, smirking, "you had your shot. If you wanna talk, we doing it here, live, in front of everyone." At that moment, people thought she was just talking. But no, Chrisean wasn't bluffing. With one hand still holding her phone, she actually tapped the button to add Kehlani to the live stream, attempting to bring her into the broadcast right there in the middle of the dental chair. That's when things went from viral to full-blown mayhem. You could see the staff in the background scrambling. One dental assistant visibly shook her head and stepped back, her gloves off, as if she'd decided she was done for the day. The dentist himself paused, holding a metal instrument in one trembling hand, eyes darting between Chrisean's phone and her half-open mouth like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. The chat was a blur, people begging Kehlani to join, others screaming in all caps, "This is history." But Kehlani didn't bite. After about 30 seconds, long enough for everyone watching to hold their collective breath, the screen popped up, "Invite declined." Chrisean just grinned wider, as if that's exactly the response she'd been expecting. She leaned her head back further and said, voice thick with gauze and swagger, "I knew you'd run." For a moment, there was silence in the room. Like, every one of the people physically there needed to process what had just happened. Then Chrisean shrugged, still grinning. "See, that's the difference," she added, waving her phone slightly toward the camera. "I don't hide, I'm always outside with it. You wanna talk, you know where to find me." By the time the livestream finally ended only because the dentist begged her to put her phone down so he could finish. Clips of the moment were already spreading like wildfire. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts within minutes. There were dozens of side-by-side reaction videos. Fans were already breaking down every facial expression, every word, even the dentist's reaction. Kehlani hadn't posted anything yet, no cryptic tweets, no IG story responses. But that didn't matter. In the court of public opinion, Chrisean had once again seized the moment and turned what should have been a private exchange into headline-level entertainment. And if there's one thing the internet knows by now, when Chrisean Rock says she's outside with it, she means it. Heaven from a dentist's chair. Still, she wasn't done. Chrisean promised her viewers, hit 1,000 new subs, and she'd leak all the DMIs before leaving that chair. The subscriber count skyrocketed as fans begged for the receipts. Then, out of nowhere, a fan dropped an old picture in the chat. Chrisean and Kehlani hugging at a music festival. Suddenly, everyone was asking, were they ever really enemies? Was this whole beef staged? Just as the sub count crossed the 10,000 mark, Chrisean's phone glitched. The livestream froze. Then the office Wi-Fi cut out completely. Panic set in. Was Kehlani's team sabotaging the stream? Did the dental office shut it down? The feed flickered back for a split second. Chrisean, eyes wide, shouted, "They're trying to shut me down. Y'all see this? This ain't just me and Kehlani. This is bigger. Industry stuff." And then, blackout. That's where part 1 ended, with the internet left hanging. Seconds away from the big reveal. The moment the stream cut, social media went nuclear. Clips of Chrisean cursing out her dentist, threatening to leak DMS, and trying to FaceTime Kehlani lit up TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. But what really sent fans into overdrive was Chrisean's silence after the stream. An hour passed. No posts, no updates. Theories flew. Kehlani's team hacked her Wi-Fi. The dental office called security. Someone bricked Chrisean's phone. Reddit detectives started piecing things together. Old clips of Chrisean and Kehlani resurfaced. Blogs claimed they had unseen DMIs, posting blurred-out teasers to keep the fire burning. Then Kehlani finally broke her silence. An Instagram story. Black screen. White text. Some people need the spotlight more than they need the truth. But receipts don't lie. The internet lost it. Was Kehlani about to drop her own receipts? Was she really watching the live stream all along? It didn't stop there. A fan page leaked an alleged voice note from Kehlani. "I'm done with the games. She keeps using my name for views. It's sad, but if she wants a war, she can have it." Right after, Chrisean's camp posted their own update, a shaky phone video from the parking lot. Chrisean, bandages still on, pacing and furious. "They tried to silence me. Said I was disturbing patients. Nah, they just scared I was about to drop the real tea." Kehlani, don't send DMs. Pull up. And y'all, I didn't forget scream. Tonight, I promise. Social media split instantly. Hashtag Free Chrisean started trending. Fans accused the dentist of being paid off. Meanwhile, hashtag Kehlani receipts trended too, as Kehlani's supporters demanded she expose Chrisean for good. Then things spiraled even further. A verified gossip blog posted what it claimed were the full screenshots, censored, but legible enough. "Chrisean, you know I didn't start this, but you keep pushing my buttons. Kehlani, stop blaming everyone else for your mess. You live for this drama." Fans dissected every line. Some claimed the messages were months old before the club drama. Others believed there was an entire second page of DMS team was holding back. Then came the biggest twist yet. Someone leaked an alleged group chat, including not just Chrisean and Kehlani but other reality stars too. The theory: this wasn't a real feud. It was all a coordinated stunt for clout. Was the dentist in on it? Was there a secret contract for a reality show? The internet couldn't decide. Even producers got involved. One from Chrisean's reality show tweeted, "Y'all only saw episode 1. Next week, even crazier." Gossip podcasts launched emergency episodes. Radio shows debated if Chrisean had crossed a line or if she was a genius at working the system. A legendary rapper even chimed in. "These new school girls got more drama than the XXL freshman class combined. I love it." And just when people thought it couldn't escalate further, Chrisean dropped a countdown timer on her feed. Screenshots dropped tonight. Fans were ready. Blogs were on standby. And both Chrisean and Kehlani, quiet for now. Messages line by line, narrating like she's hosting her own reality show reunion. Fans hang on to every word, but right as things start getting good, Christian freezes, literally. The stream lags again. People start screaming in the chat. Not again, but this time, it's no glitch. The screen goes black, and then a pre-recorded video rolls. It's Christian herself, filmed earlier. If you're seeing this, they really tried to shut me down again. But don't worry. I planned for it. She drops a link to an off-platform site encrypted, members-only access. Fans rush. The site crashes under the traffic, but within minutes, screenshots, voice notes, and even blurred out clips from what people think might be the missing video start leaking everywhere. Meanwhile, on Twitter and TikTok, Kehlani posts a final message: "Keep chasing ghosts. I know my truth. It doesn't matter." At that point, the storm is unstoppable. News outlets pick it up. A trending headline on Rolling Stone: Christian vs. Kehlani, the first live stream beef to break the internet. At the same time, a new layer of conspiracy unfolds. Someone points out that both artists have new music dropping next week. Fans go from outraged to impressed. Was it all a setup? Even as the world debates what's real and what's hype, two things are clear: nobody really knows the full story. Everybody is going to keep watching. If you'd like help formatting this into a polished script or article-style write-up, I'm ready. That raps like the ending monologue of a YouTube deep dive or a documentary series teaser. If you're looking to shape this into something more polished like a social media recap, script for a video, or even a fictional article headline, I can help you lock that down. A couple of points you might want to decide on before we tighten it up. Are you imagining this as a fully scripted entertainment piece, or meant to read like real social media reporting? Should it lean more serious, like Rolling Stone, Billboard coverage, or stay wild and commentary-driven, like a TikTok explicable or a Twitter thread? Do you want to name-check the anonymous figures hinted at in the group chat, or keep it vague for audience speculation? Let me know what tone you're going for, and I can draft it accordingly: short form, long form, or even help break it down scene by scene.